diving into the demo, let me briefly explain you why we built the CostGuardian. In the cloud cost management space, there isn't a single tool that consolidates everything from visualization, analytics, task management, anomaly detections, and reporting into one unified platform. We built CostGuardian to help everyone from DevOps engineer to FinOps manager or anyone interested in tracking the AWS cost. Easily understand the cost pattern, identify the issue, streamline management in one place. So let's start the demo. When you load the CostGuardian, on the top itself you will see multiple different accounts. So in our case we are seeing two accounts, staging and master. In your case it could be a multiple account or single account based on the number of accounts that you have linked to the CostGuardian. On the next part itself, you will see a dashboard overview where you will see the latest cost, this week total cost, and this month total cost. And we have a progress bar that's compare this week total cost with the threshold value that you have set. For example, we have set up a threshold value of around like $1,500, and this week it's already reaches to the $1,072. So you can see the progress bar has around like 70% already reached. So this dashboard overview directly help you visualize without even looking at the number how the cloud cost is going for this particular week or month for this particular account. Now coming up to the next part where you can see a set of different services, set of different features that we have built. We have daily analysis, weekly trend, monthly trend, and some other features that we will be covering in this demo. So I will just give you a walkthrough of the weekly trend. So in the weekly trend, it's give you week by week comparison of your total cost in your AWS account. Let's take an example for the week of Feb 10 to Feb 16. You can see the total cost for that particular week you have paid was like $1,772, which was 4.8% less than the previous week, and it's below 5.4%. So we do average calculation of complete over data, and then we can compare each individual week with average cost next past week, and what is the daily average for that week that you were paying. We have different set of visualizations graph. So based on your comfortability, you can choose area graph, line graph, or the bar graph. It's cover the similar data. On the top side you can get to know the average cost and the total number of weeks that you are monitoring right now. Then we have a weekly service trend. So what we have done is we have grouped all the services into a group. For example, if you wanted to look all the services in the database and storage, you can just select the group database and storage. You can get all your services at one place. This gives you a weekly total cost of that week for that service. You can select an individual service or a multiple service that you wanted to look for. We also support different visualization here, area and bar graph, whichever you are more comfortable. Either you can look for one service or all the services together. This easy to group by category helps DevOps manager or FinOps guy to actually look at the particular category type of cost at one place. For example, network and CDN, you can see how much you are paying for that for a particular week, and if you wanted to look for a just individual service, you can just look for. Then coming to the top 10% or top 10 service. So sometimes you don't want to look at the each and every services. You wanted to just look at what are your top 10 services are actually costing you right now. So this dashboard cover only your top 10 services based by cost, and you can actually look for the distribution of this service. So in this case, EC2 compute has costed you around like $6,838. That's come around like 40% of the total cost. So if you look at like only the top 4 major services contribute to your 80-85%. So this helps you understand your top 10 service and the current pattern of like spending on them. See, then the next part is the percentage change part. So what happens is you don't want to look at all the services or like top 10 service. You wanted to just look for a services where the cost has spiked up, and all you wanted to look at the percentage change. So let's do a comparison between 2 weeks and see how much the cost has been increased. So in this case, we have sorted by the percentage. You can see there is a 300% cost increase for the config, but the amount, the change was very minor. So you don't want to look for a cost where there is a very minimal change. You wanted to see a high impact services. You can change the impact threshold here and then just look for the high impact service. This will show only the services where the cost has changed by more than $10 and the percentage they have increased by. Similarly, with the largest increase, you can see the largest decrease feature over here. This give you a very brief idea about like what services and by what percentage the cost has increased or decreased. So yeah, then coming to the service cost distribution graph, this is basically a colorful tabular data that's give you a key idea about like how the cost pattern for that particular service has been over the week and week. So in what we have done is like we have stabilized the color with green for where the cost has been decreasing for that service, blue for where the cost has been stable, and then where orange for where the cost has been increasing. So if you look at the for particular services, you can see there was a cost increase trend for the first week, then the second week the cost went decreasing, and then it went on increasing. Even without looking at the number, I can just look what the cost pattern going for a service. So if I wanted to track for the March 3 to 9, all I have to look for the orange color tabs, and I can just look at the service. We have a cost sensitivity. Cost sensitivity let you highlight or detect like based on like how much the cost change have happened. So if you set the cost sensitivity to low, it will mark the services where the only minor change has happened as a stable change. For example, in this case, if I look at there's a $2 change on the setting of cost sensitivity to low, I can just see it says a stable change. But if I set the cost sensitivity to high, you will see the cost has gone up. So based on your usage, you can set the cost sensitivity and you can get the idea about the cost sensitivity when you click on the I button. Now coming to the next part, we have a more detailed analysis for the daily cost and the monthly cost. I will leave up to you guys to actually explore daily cost, because there are a lot more features that you can look for a daily and the monthly cost. Monthly cost contain all the features that the weekly trends has, and on top of that there are a few more features that we have built specifically for the monthly cost. I will let you guys explore this tool, explore this feature by your own. Now coming up to the issue part. So what happen is like you detect your cost changes. There is a issue happen in your cloud cost, and you wanted to track that issue. You go to click up create a ticket, and then you monitor that. So it require multiple different tools. But what we have done is we have created our own issue management system where you can just raise a issue, enter the title, enter the description, which service that issue belong to, and which environment. In our case it could be staging master, in your case it could be staging, development, production, pre-production. Based on that, you can set the priority, assign that ticket to someone, and then just create a issue. And you can move the issues between in progress, or closed state. Then there is a note section that we have built specifically for the changes that a developer, DevOps engineer does on a cluster, and he wanted to keep a track of those changes for your weekly or monthly call. Then coming up to the next part, that is anomaly detection. This is one of the major features that we have built on a CostGuardian. It detects any of the cost changes, cost spike that happen in your AWS account. We support two different detection methods. One is a statistical method, one is an AI powered method. So let me just show you an AI powered method that we have built over here. So basically the AI detect there is a cost change happen, and it was expected around like $245, and it we were billed for like around $387, and then it figure out like which services are the main contributor of this cost, and it has small insight explaining you what could be the reason for the cost increase, and there is some suggested actions that AI gives you. There is also a method, statistical methods. Suppose you does not link any of the AI LLM with the CostGuardian, you got a free statistical detection method where we don't use any of the LLM. We use just standard deviation and 7-day variation to detect the cost change. It's also similar to AI power, but it does not provide you some deep analysis and the suggestion steps that you can take to resolve the issue. But yeah, you will get the anomalies in the statistical method too. Coming up to the next part, where I wanted to show you how easy is it set up CostGuardian for your organizations. Uh, on the account part, you can just go to the account and directly link your AWS account. It does not need any major permission. It just need a read access to your Cost Explorer. That's it. Post that, you can manage your account, change the cost type for that account, and then you can remove that account in a single button. We support multiple different cost type, unblended and amortized cost. For example, in staging account, we are just monitoring the unblended cost, but in the master account, we have both unblended and amortized cost. Based on the account, you can select enable the amortized and unblended cost. It does not charge any extra. It's just like which cost you wanted to monitor in the CostGuardian. You can do that. In the AI model part, we support all the major AI models. All you have to do is pass your API key. If you are not interested in using AI model for anomaly detection, you can just disable it, and you can still use the statistical method to detect your anomalies. Then coming up to the alerting part. Alerting, we support Slack, Optiony, PagerDuty to send any of the anomalies that is detected by either statistical method or the AI powered method. Also, on whenever you reaches the threshold that you have defined for a daily, weekly, or monthly for an AWS account. Then we have a report feature where you can generate your weekly cost report and monthly cost report, and you can directly send it to your email or a Slack, wherever you are more comfortable with. So thank you so much for watching this video. To explore more about CostGuardian, you can always go to mycostguardian.com and book a demo session video with me. Thank you.